dobrih 10 letih se je za Amaroka odločilo skoraj 1 milijon kupcev. Dovolj, da so se pri Volkswagenu odločili zavihati rokave tudi za drugo generacijo. A ker so se Nemci že pred časom odločili, da bodo nekatere prihajajoče modele izdelovali tudi skupaj s Fordom, so zanjo ubrali drugačno pot. Združili so 2 preizkušena projekta in nastal je najboljši Amarok doslej. Ne le oblikovno, temveč tudi ali pa predvsem tehnološko.
So it was exactly our goal that we would like to take the best from the old car and to improve it for the next generation. So what we have done was really to have a look what is the real need of the customers and where we should improve. So it means we really, first of all, what we have improved are just safety system. So what we are offering now is more than 25 safety systems, which 20 out of these are fully new and the first time in the Amarok. We improved the digitalization of the cockpit. So now we are offering the 8 and the 12-inch digital cockpit and the touch screen, which is also between 10 and 12 inches. As well, the highly equipped materials are there with the stitching, with the seating. So we really improved on all sides and interior, exterior, that now we are really on the latest level.
Počutje v notranjosti je zares dobro. Navsezadnje se predvsem v Evropi kupci za Amaroka odločijo tudi kar tako, ker jim je preprosto všeč in ga ne potrebujejo le kot delovni stroj. Že takoj, ko sedeš v novega Amaroka, ti ta da vedeti, da je bil narejen tudi zato, da se potniki v njem počutijo dobro in varno. Sedeži so na ravni osebnega avtomobila, volanski obroč je nastavljiv po višini in globini, izbrati pa bo mogoče celo ozvočanje Harman Kardon. Seveda pa tehnologija brez oblikovne osnove ne bi bila dovolj. Četudi je bila narejena vzajemno, je v novincu mogoče prepoznati oblikovni pečat prejšnjega Amaroka.
Yeah, what was really important for us in the design development was especially in the exterior carrying over our typical Volkswagen Amarok design DNA. And one highlight feature for this is our typical Amarok line that starts in the rear window, goes down below the windows and continues all the way to the front of the car till the bonnet. And then obviously on the side also our typical Amarok wheel arches, which are squared off. And for the new generations, we really put an emphasis on combining the stylistic decisions with high functionality. So a good example for this is how we brought out the wheel arches here. So from the side, they also offer protection for the metal. And then the kink on top, which is also a hint to our past, is giving additional stiffness in the panel. And this kind of philosophy was applied with different parts of the car. So for example, the very proud and prominent Amarok stamping in the rear is a highlight design feature, but again, it's also increasing the stiffness of the panels. And another really cool feature that we integrated in the front, for example, is these horizontal bars. They protrude out from the vehicle, so they give some protection to the hood and also for the lights.
Novi Amarok bo v Evropi na voljo z dvojno kabino in dizelskimi motorji. Zunaj nje bo mogoče izbrati tudi enojno kabino in celo bencinski motor, kar pa v trenutnih časih za Evropo vsekakor ni ne zanimivo, niti dosegljivo. Dvolitrski TDI je že znan, ostaja pa tudi 6-valjni agregat, ki bo ponujal 177 kW. V deželi, kjer ga izdeljujejo, torej v Južni Afriki, smo preizkusili močnejšo različico. Glede na obliko in tip avtomobila bi bilo osnovnih 125 kW verjetno dovolj, a dizelski V6 agregat ne ponuja zgolj večjo moč, ampak tudi 600 Nm navora in kar 10-stopenjski samodejni menjalnik. V kombinaciji z osnovnim motorjem bo serijski menjalnik ročni, doplačilno bo na voljo 6-stopenjski samodejni. Glavni trgi za Amaroka so že omenjena Južna Afrika, Avstralija in Evropa. Tudi zato se trenutna ponudba motorjev zdi smiselna. Vseeno pa se poraja vprašanje, bi lahko bil Amarok tudi električno gnan?
So this car is technically capable for electrification, and we are really thinking when will be the best timing for doing of this transformation. We are now analyzing the first draft of the EU7 legislation in order to find the best timing for making this transformation. So I hope that we will have the decision soon.